But is always the case at major events like this, we're often joined by champions of future, past, and present, and a gentleman who is coming off an April 3rd, 7th round knockout of Ray Boom Boom Mancini, the man to my right. And I might add a good friend, Greg Haugen. First of all, congratulations on a great performance, and I guess everybody wants to know that was a great fight, but now we want more out of Greg Haugen.
Well, I'm just waiting to see what's going on. I talked to my promoter today, and looks like July 7th, in Mexico. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to fight, and I want to fight Chavez, but right now they don't want to talk to me, and so I'd like to fight Hironaka, which is a WBA junior welterweight champion. I'll even fight him in Japan, but they don't want to talk to me either. So I'm ready to fight anybody.
That was a guy who took out Edwin Rosario in the first round. You won Chavez. Let's talk about the Ray Mancini fight just briefly. You went in there. I've never seen you as confident as I did before that fight. You said you're bigger, stronger, faster, and better, and almost from the opening bell you were.
Well, Ray had taken some time off, and I just wish I could have fought Ray when he was in his prime, and because I just feel that I think it would have been the same outcome, and I just want to fight the best guys out there. So, I was in top shape. I'd been training for 5-6 weeks in Reno, and I was in great shape. So, I just knew in my heart that I was going to win the fight. There's no doubt in my mind.
What has been the holdup with the Chavez people? That would be a huge fight for you and a great fight for him. Is it the Don King factor coming into play?
It's big time Don King factor. Either that or Julio doesn't want to be 80-1. I don't know. But I don't know what it is, but all I can say is, Julio, let's do it.
A little overview of the act. How about the overview of the action tonight? You saw a guy, Lopez, fighting at 135. A quick summation of his performance tonight.
I thought he fought a cagey old veteran that, he did enough to win the fight. I didn't think the fight was real exciting, but he did enough to win the fight, and that's maybe my next fight. The next fight in Mexico. That's what they're talking. So
that'd be interesting. How about Donald Stokes, a guy in your weight class at 140 pounds, comes in. Benny Dominguez, not the stiffest of competition, but he appears to be a young guy with a lot of tools. Donald Stokes.
Donald Stokes. I know Donald, but I didn't see the fight.
Oh, great thing.
I wasn't here in time.
Okay, how about Riddick Bowe then?
How about Riddick? Riddick looked good, but he looked a little sluggish, But he's one of the top 3 in the world in the heavyweights, so he's looking to make some big money coming up, I always wished I was about 70, 80 pounds heavier so I could make some money and get out of it.
A quick pick on Bobby Chez and Donnie Lalonde. You've been around about as long as Bobby has, a little bit shorter time, but he's a guy who's kind of had a second life, much like yourself.
I think Bobby's going to win the fight. I think Donnie's coming off a layoff, and, it's not that easy. You just can't pick it up and come back. I mean, boxing isn't like anything else where you got the tools that it takes when you quit. I mean, your timing and your reflexes aren't the same as when you step aside. So, I just feel that Bobby's going to win. He's been active. He's a good fighter. He's a good puncher. And Donnie's, Donnie's had a layoff, so I'd have to go with Bobby.
Going to go with Bobby Chez. Tomorrow night, another big fight. Junior middleweights, Terry Norris and Meldrick Taylor. Now, thoughts on that?
I have to go with Terry on that fight. I think Terry's a better, stronger guy. He's just a better fighter. Meldrick's not a bad fighter himself, but Terry's quick. He's quick as Meldrick. He's got as much power. So I think Terry's going to win the fight, but I look for a late round, 10, 11 round knockout.
Do you kind of parallel your career a little bit to Terry Norris? You've beaten some great fighters, you've had some great fights, you've held world titles, but the recognition and maybe the big dinero isn't there, and Terry Norris is kind of the same way?
Yeah, I think so. Terry's beat some great fighters, and, I don't know. You just don't really get recognition until I guess you're done, and that's when it comes. And, I'm not one to say that I'm great, this or that, but, the public will decide that, and, it'll probably be when I'm done fighting. So I think Terry's a great fighter, a great champion, and he's been underrated.
All right. Speaking of Terry Norris, thank you, Greg, and we'll see you around there ringside the rest of the night. Pedro Fernandez has the WBC Super Welterweight Champion. Ringside, we'll check in with Pedro Fernandez and the champion, Terry Norris. Pedro.
We're with the man a lot of people consider
Wait a second, you ready for Pedro?
Well, with the man, a lot of people consider the best fighter pound for pound in the world. Throw out Julio Cesar Chavez. When you talk about best fighters pound for pound, the WBC super welterweight champion is definitely mentioned there. Terry Norris tomorrow night, biggest fight of your life, taking on Meldrick Taylor, current WBA welterweight champion. The weight limit, 150.5. People think that was a ploy by the Taylor camp in order to get you into the fight. Is that going to hurt you?
No, it's not going to hurt me at all. I think it's going to play in my advantage. You know, I'm normally at 151. It's just a half pound away from what I normally fight at. So it's good for me. You know, I'm gonna be faster. Mildred's coming up 3 pounds. It's gonna be a little slower. So hopefully, you know, they're playing in my favor.
Okay, you could climb Mount Everest, run a 2-minute mile, knock everybody out in the next 10 years. You will still be known as the man that soured Sugar Ray Leonard's career. Is there can you get higher than the Ray Leonard fight?
That's what I'm trying to get now. Once I beat Meldrick Taylor, you know, I'll be the superstar of the 90s. And hopefully I can surpass the Leonard, you know, stigma, whatever, and just move on to something else. But I feel like I can once I beat Meldrick Taylor.
Okay, words from the bold WBC champion. Talk to me. Prediction.
Well, I predict a long, hard, painful fight for Meldrick Taylor. 12 rounds of nothing but pain.
12 rounds of nothing but pain by Meldrick Taylor. With Terry Norris here at the Riviera, let's go back to ringside and Hugh Millay.
Thank you very much, Pedro, as we await the main event. Of course, that is the Quest for Glory. That's the WBA Cruiserweight title belt on the line. It is Bobby Chez taking on Donnie Golden Boy Lalonde. So we got the flavor of ringside. Terry Norris and Greg Haugen. Greg Haugen, a former IBF lightweight champion, now the NABF junior welterweight champion, looking for bigger paydays and bigger game at 140 pounds. And Terry Norris, without question, looking for a big fight tomorrow night at the Mirage as he takes on Meldrick Taylor, and by far and away his biggest payday, reportedly making approximately $1.3 million. Meldrick Taylor making a little bit more than that, and we'll see how things transpire tomorrow night at the Mirage. It's a 12-rounder, and a lot of people very, very excited about that. What's still to come, as we said here, the main event at the Riviera Hotel and Casino. And that is the Quest for Glory, Chez and Lalonde. Right now, Al Bernstein, joined by a very interested spectator here. Al?
Well, I have with me Al Cole, one of the very top cruiserweights in the world, watching a cruiserweight in Bobby Chez and Donnie Lalonde as Bobby Chez defends his title. Obviously, this is a match that interests you a great deal. Give us a little capsule preview of that match from your standpoint.
What, Chez and Lalonde?
Yeah.
Really, I really don't care. I just want to
That's
win.
what I meant. You do not care, Al. That's what I meant to say.
I do not
You
care.
don't care.
I'm just number one. I've been number one for quite some time. The title's mine, and I'm just waiting on it just to be handed over to me.
Would you want to fight the winner of this?
Oh, most definitely, without a doubt.
You care a little.
Oh, yeah, but I don't care which one it is. I'm going to beat either one. That's all about it.
Okay. You have been right at the top, and there was some talk about you fighting James Salerno and some other people. But is this the...
No, James Waring.
James Waring, I'm sorry. Is this the match, though, that you're looking for a little more?
Yes, I am. I'm really looking for me and Bobby Chez. It's two Jersey fighters. And it's been a little animosity right now because my assistant trainer, which is his head trainer, you know, it's a funny little thing, but business is business, and I got to do what I got to do. So, as Mike Buffer say, let's get ready to rumble.
That's for sure. Now, you have improved steadily in your pro career. Early on, after you came out of the amateurs, you had just a little segment there where you had trouble adjusting to the pro ranks. But that seems to be behind you now. Do you feel more comfortable with the way you're fighting?
Yes, I do. And really, to admit, I thank Tommy Parks a lot for that, and also my trainer, Alton Murkison, which they really basically worked with me a whole lot. And I really thank them to a whole lot, and just basic fundamental from teaching me every little step as I go on to approach the bigger and bigger things.
Now, you mentioned Tommy Parks. He is, in fact, the gentleman that will be in the corner with Bobby Chez. Where would he be if you fought Bobby Chez?
Oh, without a doubt, I know he would be with Bobby Chez.
Been with him a long time.
Yeah, he's been with, like, what, 10, 12 years, even without a contract. So the loyalty is there, and I understand the business, the point of view, and his friendship with Bobby. And he will be with him, but like I said, I got to do what I got to do, and he just got to go with the ship.
Now, a lot of people talk about the cruiserweight division, and some even demean it a little bit because there hasn't been a lot of real strong, well-known cruiserweights. Chez is one, and you are one also. Now that it's made a name for yourself, could we be entering an era when the cruiserweight division is going to be special?
It looks like it is. It looks like it's getting a little publicity right now because, like, a lot of light heavyweights have been coming up. Even Hearns have talked about coming up. Chez has come up. Dennis Andres. You know, some few light heavyweight champions have been talking about moving up. A couple of them have moved up. So it's making it a very interesting division. So with me at the top, I'm number 1 WBA and IBF. So when they are ready to make the move, I will be there.
All right. Good luck to you, Alfred, in your future fights.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Al Cole, a very talented young cruiserweight. Now let's go to a very talented announcer, Hugh Millay.